Welcome back, everybody. I recently won these two lots at a local estate auction. First box has mostly Harley-Davidson tools. Second one has Snap-on, Blue Point, and miscellaneous. I'll tell you what I paid before I start each lot, and let's take a look. Okay, starting off with the Harley-Davidson lot. Now, I've heard in the past that Harley-Davidson tools could possibly be made by Snap-on. Not sure if that's true. Maybe some are, some aren't, maybe none are. This is obviously a screwdriver set. And it looks like they sold it for $17.99 at one point. And it looks like there's two identical sets of those in here. There's also this set of SAE wrenches. Looks like a 7-piece set. I do see these are marked 2001. And also a 16-piece socket set with ratchet. I'll assume that it's SAE. Looks like it is. Again, marked 2001. Next up is this 8-in-1 interchangeable screwdriver. Also have this hex key set. And it has a socket and a gapping tool in it. The hex keys are marked USA. I don't know if this is considered a Harley brand tool. This is made in the USA. There's no brand. It seems like the brand would go right here if it had one. Also has this made in the USA Harley branded 1/4-inch socket. Now this socket does look quite a bit like a Snap-on. Again, no idea if they actually made these. Next out of the box, I believe, is going to be a bottle opener. I'll apologize in advance for all the glare. These things are extremely shiny. I'll be honest, I don't know a lot about motorcycle tools, so I don't know what these wrenches are for. This one does say made in the USA. It's a 3/4 by 36 millimeter. This one is just stamped Harley. Looks like it has 3 different sizes. No other markings, no size markings. And the last one is stamped USA 3/4 15/16. There are 3 of these ratcheting screwdrivers in there. They are marked USA. I'd be interested in looking up that patent number and see what it comes back to. The cap and the shifter are a lot like a Snap-on, and the shank. Not to say they're Snap-on, but kind of looks like one. And outside of having some dust and dirt on them, these pretty much all look brand new. Next up, we have another 8-in-1 screwdriver. This one has the piece that pulls out, and then there's 2 on each of these. Again, this one also looks new. And yet another 8-in-1. Pretty dusty, but looks barely used. I have a spark plug socket, a 5/8. Again, giving off a lot of Snap-on vibes. Sorry if I keep bringing that up. I'm sure by now one of you have said whether or not Snap-on ever made these types of tools. There's also this 3-piece set of open-end wrenches made in the USA. I do see the first one is marked 3/8 10 millimeter, and the rest are SAE. And another open end. This one sort of has a matte type finish versus a high polish of the other ones. Now here's a ratchet, the same ratchet that was in the sealed kit. It is marked USA. It does have a part number. And then we have another 5/8 spark plug socket, but this one's a little different looking than the first. And we have one more ratchet. It has a 3/4-inch socket on it, 12-point. And then the ratchet. There's actually a Williams ratchet they're selling right now that looks just like this, outside of the handle being a different shape. So I would say everything about this screams Snap-on. Tell me if I'm wrong. Okay, moving on to the second lot. I could obviously tell there was a number of non-Snap-on, non-Blue Point tools in here, but in order to get the good stuff, you got to buy the other stuff. Here's a nice 1/4-inch Stanley set. I'm sure it's made in Taiwan or China, but not a bad little set. There was also this set of GM Performance parts, combination wrenches, 11-piece set. Metric. See, they're made in Taiwan. Sold for $19.99. A number of these tools, I couldn't tell what they were in the photos. They didn't have close-ups, they didn't show the brands. Here's a power built 1/2 inch with a spinner head, thumb wheel. Here's the deal of the day. The GM Performance Parts 1/2 inch breaker bar for $3.99. It's a great deal. Here is a sliding T-handle breaker bar. It's a snap-on. It's a 1/2 inch drive. If you watch the toolbox tour, they ground just about every tool. This one is also ground. I'm hoping the rest of the tools in here are not the snap-on tools anyway, but we're going to find out. Next up is this set of hex wrenches. Looks like metric, maybe? They're gold. I think that's usually metric. Yeah, those are metric. Not ground, but they do have initials. This ratchet, I could not see the brand. I was thinking it could be possibly an old Matco. Cornwell never entered my mind. I don't deal with too many Cornwell tools, but happy as Cornwell over a generic brand. Seems to work pretty good. Fairly good condition chisel punch holder. I say fairly good because usually these things have their asses kicked. Won't go through them all, but there was a set of Chinese-made wrenches in here. SAE. I don't know if it's a full set, but not a bad idea to keep those around in case you need to customize something. There's also this old Stanley square in there. Craftsman spinner handle extension. Also this orange handle chisel holder. In pretty good shape. A lot of staining on the handle, but that might clean off. I won't go through them all, but there was 14 punches and chisels in there, all snap-on. I won't go through them all, but there were 3 of these snap-on fender covers. They look pretty much new. There was a pile of breaker bars and ratchets. I could tell some of the brands, but we'll go through those to see what I got. Pretty much new Craftsman breaker bar, 1/2 inch drive. One of these fancy 3/8 by 1/2 inch ratchets, tri-wing Craftsman ratchet, 3/8 drive, and also a 1/2 inch drive tri-wing. 3/8 Craftsman, another 3/8 Craftsman. 11/16 wrench, I'm guessing goes with that set I showed earlier. A nice Craftsman teardrop ratchet. A 1/2 inch Craftsman wrench. A number of different extensions. 3/8 Craftsman, another 3/8 Craftsman, 1/4 inch Craftsman. A master mechanic with a power built adapter. But then this one's kind of nice. This one's a 1/4 inch proto locking extension. A number of additional miscellaneous pieces, a little 1/4 inch Craftsman, 1/2 inch Craftsman. Here's a 3/8 to 1/2 inch Craftsman, or maybe it's considered 1/2 inch to 3/8. Power built universal. A very nice SK 1/2 inch. Old Craftsman Flying V 1/2 inch. Craftsman 1/4 inch. GM Performance 3/8 to 1/2 inch. Craftsman Universal. Then we have a little power built stubby with a thumb wheel. Probably keep that one around. And finishing off the bag, we have a companion 3/8 open end Craftsman, 1/4 by 5/16, 1/4 inch teardrop Craftsman, and a 3/8. I see this one marked refurbished on the sticker. Moving on to the hammers, we have a Blue Point ball peen. We have a 40 ounce Blue Point sledge. This thing looks brand new. It is marked made in the USA. We have another Blue Point, I guess, sledge we'd call it. It's a HRB. It's a HBR 15. I'm thinking that's going to be brass. Could be bronze. I think everything left is going to be snap-on, starting off with these roll pin punches. Looks like they're all there. Here's something I have not seen before, and there's two of them in here. These snap-on saws. Looks like for trimming branches, I would assume. Looks like it was made in Sweden. These little sheaths are kind of cool, or blade guards, whatever. Like, they don't even move. And you fold them down, they come right off. That's kind of a neat little thing. Also, this old snap-on timing light. I think it's snap-on. Yeah, there it is. MT212. Also, I have a couple of these, I believe, aluminum-bodied flashlights. This one's actually new in the package. I did a toolbox tour recently that had one of these in it, not in the package. So now I'm able to see the part number because the part number was not on there. 2 D-cell batteries. A xenon bulb. I'm guessing it's pretty bright. Next up is a 32-ounce ball peen dead blow. Pretty good shape yet. And the last item, kind of a unique item, it's a quick cutter HS50. So this was an interchangeable saw blade. It's got like wood blades, metal blades, and then the handle, HS50 handle. Kind of a neat little tool. So that's going to be all for this one. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one.